Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a champion guide for Ray, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so I actually pulled Ray recently during the ×2 Ancient event, maxed her out in like a day or two, got her geared up, and wanted to fire up a guide because she is a very generally useful legendary. She's an amazing legendary to pull for early to mid-game players, and I will go ahead and dive right into it here. I will pull her up. And we're going to go Dark Elves. Ray is the legendary attack champion Magic Affinity up here in the top left position. So first of all, Ray looks amazing. I love her aesthetics and outfit and the cool hair and the head wrap. She just looks like an amazing legendary. She looks like what a legendary should look like aesthetically. The base speed of 98, very good. Let's go over her kit here. The A1 is absolutely incredible. It's going to be an AoE big version of the 60% decreased defense, and books are going to be crucial on this because it's an AoE ability that goes from 30 to 50%. So all of those enemies that you're hitting, 4 or 5 of them, all of those percentages go from 30 to 50. So a very crucial, part of her kit to get that A1 booked up. She is definitely worth the books, a very amazing legendary. And then the A2 is another AoE that inflicts 50% more damage against targets that are under debuffs. The A3 is again another AoE, 3 AoEs, which is absolutely incredible for a damage dealer. Remove all buffs. Buff removal is incredible with a 50% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. Freeze is also incredible. So what an amazing kit so far. And then just to boot, we've got increased ally speed in dungeons by 33%, which is an absolutely amazing aura for dungeons. Now, this ability, the A3, does have a pretty big cooldown, but it's going to be very good for, the arena. It's going to be a high impact ability, which makes her very good all the way up until like the upper tiers of Gold 4. When you start running into the Torment meta and a lot of these super tanky teams, the attack champions can kind of fall off when you get to like the uber top tier of the arena, but she's absolutely incredible in bronze, silver, and gold. She'll carry you kind of all the way through up until the very top tier. And then as always, for my champion guides, I will have one of these infographics down in the video description that you can kind of pull up and look at. It's going to be showing the masteries that I currently use on my Ray. I will pull them up when I pull up my Ray. And then if we look at the grades, we're going to see campaign. I'll show you how she performs there as well. A+, she's an amazing campaign farmer. And then Clan Boss, gave her a D+. She does lower the defense, which is pretty good to bring, but she's definitely an AoE champion who doesn't bring an aura there, and you can't freeze the Clan Boss. So not an F, but I gave her a D+. That's not where she's going to shine, but the arena, the dungeons, and faction wars, she's amazing in all of those areas. You can see kind of by the grades how generally useful she is and how impactful she would be as a damage carry for your account if you are an early to mid-game player and even into the end game for lots of speed game and speed farming dungeons and speed farming setups. So all right, let's put that away. I always forget to do that, so I'm gonna remember that this video. All right, and let's pull up my Ray here. Alrighty, so this is the Ray. I have not perfectly optimized her gear. I haven't glyphed like half of it. Well, I guess some of it is glyphed a little bit, but I definitely haven't like min-maxed her to the uber capabilities. But for jewelry, you're going to be looking for attack and then sustain on the ring. You're going to be looking for crit damage with accuracy. Accuracy is very important on her. As you can see in the infographic, we've got speed, crit rate, and accuracy. We want her to have really good speed because she's a debuffer. So we want to apply those debuffs ASAP to help the rest of our team really get in a good amount of damage, and take advantage of those debuffs. And we need the accuracy on her to make sure that we're placing that debuff and getting the value out of her kit. And obviously crit rate is going to be good on an attack champion that has 3 AoE abilities. You want to make sure that you're getting crits. And that's why we have the crit damage and the accuracy on the amulet. And then obviously a banner, you're typically going to want accuracy, speed, attack, and sustain. Crit rate gloves are gonna be the route to go unless you have really good ones like this that are, crit damage with a double roll of crit rate. You'll see that I have her crit rate currently at 98%. I need to min-max her gear a little bit better and make sure I get that 100. It does make a difference over the long haul. And then on the chest, you're usually going to go for attack unless you're just strictly using her as a debuffer in some sort of situation like that. Then you would go with sustain. But in most speed farming setups and the way you're using her is typically going to be attack. And then the boots, again, remember speed's very important on her because she is a debuffer, so we're almost always going to want speed on the boots. The weapon and the helm and the shield kind of explain themselves, but sometimes people like to see what I'm currently using. So we're looking for crit rate, crit damage, attack, speed, accuracy, all those kind of normal, really good stats. So there's the pieces I'm using. And then the masteries. You know, you're going to go offense and support typically on her. I've got her kind of set up in a general utility way here to be good in, you know, most dungeons and hitting pretty hard in the arena and applying debuffs. So, as always, kind of use this as a template and plan the character out yourself. But this is kind of the current setup that I have on my Ray. If you want to, like, pause or screenshot or whatever and take a look at that. And I will cancel that. And as promised, I will show you how she does in the campaign. Now, Ray, it's probably possible with God gear to get her to do Nightmare since she has all AoE. If I put her in like Life, Steal, and Speed or something, gonna be very tough to get to that point. But Brutal is honestly just as viable as Nightmare in terms of farming the campaign. So I would definitely use her in the Brutal campaign, and I would put her on 12-3. And I'll kind of show you how she performs. And I don't have her super min-max. I also don't have her in any books. And you'll see that she does just fine. This run will probably be like 10 seconds. Yep, there we go. 9 seconds. And she is not even booked. And she is not in God min-maxed gear. So an absolutely amazing campaign farmer. And then I will kind of show you where I use her in certain dungeons and stuff. So she's actually really good in the Spirit Keep because she's going to counter the affinity of the Spirit Keep, and she's going to lower defense and pump out the deeps and help us get through all the waves. So I've got an allure on this team to help prevent the boss from getting a turn and healing, and then I've got just a bunch of nuking damage with Kaimar here to reset the cooldowns and make sure we're able to burst down the boss. Typically in like 25 seconds is kind of an average run. And there you go, 23 seconds. And we can see that Ray did 427,000 in damage. She's able to, you know, keep up with the best of them in terms of dealing damage in dungeons and a lot of speed farming setups. She is also very good in the Dragon. So let's pull this up, and I'll kind of show you how I use her in my Dragon team. Again, because of that AoE decreased defense and her ability to freeze, she's going to have so much utility in dealing damage against waves and a lot of like speed farming setups in general for dungeons. So this run will probably take about a minute and a half. I do have a Dragon team that I have optimized to farm in like 45 seconds, but I wanted to show you how Ray can be successful and slot into a lot of Dragon teams and dungeon teams in general, so that's kind of why I'm showing you this, but it'll still be a very good run. One thing to take note of is the Dragon is actually immune to turn meter manipulation, so one thing to keep in mind when you're kind of setting up your Dragon teams, which is why I don't bring somebody like an Allure, because we're not able to do anything to the boss in terms of you know, reducing the turn meter, stealing the turn meter, or anything like that. Oh, there we go. That was actually a lot faster than I expected. So we came in at 50 seconds with Ray on the team, and she did 519,000 damage. You know, not going to keep up with somebody like Xavia because she's obviously, you know, detonating all those poisons and stuff, but still obviously doing very well in the Dragon. HP with nah, we won't keep those. And then one thing I like to do in these videos is kind of go through and review the champion live here. So they are recommending lifesteal and offense. Lifesteal is pretty good on her because all of her abilities are AoE. So she's able to constantly hit a bunch of enemies, deal high damage, and steal life. So definitely not a bad recommendation there. And then the offense, obviously she's an attack champion, so they went with that. So pretty basic here and could work. Let's go with the ratings. Spider, lots of AoE. She'll be very good for most people. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a 5. Arena offense, again, I'll give her a 5. She can fill the debuff role or the nuking role. Campaign, again, 5. Magic keep. She doesn't like steal shield or anything, but she does have the remove buff, so yeah, 5 for sure. Arena defense, not gonna be as good. I'll give her a 3. Clan boss, yeah, she does decrease defense, so I'll give her a 2 instead of a 1. Minotaur, she's amazing, 5. Dragon Lair, 5. Ice Golem, yeah, okay, I'll give her a 5. She'd be very good in the Golem. Spirit Keep, definitely a 5. The Fire Knight Castle, this is going to be a 2 because she can help you with the waves, but she's going to be really bad against the boss. Just not a place where she's going to be normally used. She's not a 1, but I'll give her a 2. The Void Keep, she's great, 5. Force Keep, she is affinity countered, but she does lower defense, which is very important in the Force Keep. So I'll actually give her a 4. All right, let's submit those, and there we are. So, yeah, Ray, definitely worth the books. I will pull this back up. She takes 12 books. If I pull her up, I'll count it for you live here and kind of show you how that works. We've got 5 right here, plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So definitely a big investment. 12 legendary books is a lot, but she's an amazing champion, and she's almost always going to be worth 6-starring, ascending, and fully booking. So yeah, that's going to kind of do it for this video. That infographic will be down in the video description. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.